That's like $50,000.
But the 400 2.8 is also like what, $5,000 or more?
It's like 4,000. You can get one used for like 6. The way to do it is used, but Canon doesn't service the early ones. So your only like option is to get one that's if you need a Mark III, they're like 12,000. Or you can get the Mark III probably used for like 300 below.
Is that all the arrestees?
But I mean, still, you're not gonna get that. And then 400.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining. We had the stream cut out on us from a battery gaffe, but basically what you see here is numerous amounts of police officers still out, conservation officers mostly, as well as some state troopers, state patrol. They have just taken 2 more sheriff vehicles full of detainees off to the left, and they are actually driving past First Avenue now, going downtown. What you're witnessing right here in front of us is more of the officers that are mobile conservation officers, or excuse me, conservation officers from the DNR. They're assembling to get in their vehicles to transport themselves to a different place. We're here on the corner of 31st and Nicollet. Again, sorry for the stream going down. You all didn't miss anything. We wanted to bring the stream back up to give you all an outro as to the situation and briefly just skim over what happened. Derek Chauvin was released today on a $1 million no cash bond paid for or operated for by the Allegheny Casualty Company. After he got released, there was a gathering at the George Floyd Square, which is on 38th in Chicago. That gathering went into a march down Chicago Ave, came up maybe a few other streets, came up a Lake Street, I think, up to Portland, came down Portland, left on 37th in Columbus area where the Say Their Name Cemetery is. A different group marched from there to here. This is the 5th Precinct on 31st and Nicollet. Their parking lot is in the back. They have a lot of vehicles in the back of the Minneapolis Police. When we had rolled up as press, we saw them staging at the Kmart parking lot, multiple, maybe 7 or so, I think Georgia had counted 7 minibuses filled with conservation officers and state troopers, state patrol. They came and kettled a march that had moved here and was outside here yelling for justice for George Floyd and for Derek Chauvin to be locked up. The police then came and kettled this from each angle, from north, south, east, and west. They told people to travel south and gave an unlawful assembly order through an LRAD placed on the front of a state trooper, state patrol's mobile response team. That LRAD that's actually a very similar vehicle that had the LRAD out. You see the one on the right, they had it up on a sort of a holder. They disassembled that, put it away. They used the LRAD twice for announcements, multiple times for announcements, and they used it once at least for the loud piercing that was first used in America during the G9, I believe, or the G20, G8 in Pittsburgh in 2009. That was the first time it was used in America. It hasn't really been very much used. In Minnesota, you haven't really seen that often as well. And so for them to use the LRAD in the capacity that they used it, not only to give the announcements of an unlawful assembly, but then to blare it at people who weren't really doing anything at all besides trying to move back and obey the orders of an unlawful assembly, and then to kettle them is what we saw. We were lucky. We were able to get out of the police line. Basically, there was a Minneapolis police officer that was like, hey, you all need to go sort of like that way, and sort of told us where to go, and everybody made way. We were told we were under arrest multiple times. Right now, I think they have some juveniles that have been detained, and those juveniles weren't brought to the Hennepin County Government Center or the Hennepin County Jail. They were brought inside, possibly processed from inside, and then brought back out. We witnessed maybe 30 arrests or so. We have barricades, the medical barricades that we see here were used a little bit when the police were starting their kettle. That's basically where we are. About 30 people are arrested, possibly more. There was multiple agencies out here, as we saw. The 3 main agencies were activated by Tim Walz, the governor, today. to remain to what is he called, to create the peace within the community. DNR, conservation officers, state patrol, and Minneapolis police were here. National Guard, we're not sure if we saw them, but we know they've been deployed here to Minnesota, Minneapolis, Twin Cities area. It's really cold out here. The temperature has dipped about 20 degrees since we've been out here, so we're going to wrap up the stream, take it down. Again, thank you all for joining. This is Nico. George is behind on the camera. We have NWA's F the Police song going on in the background as the police are moving and maneuvering their stuff. You see a police officer with a bike. That is somebody who got detained, was on a bike, and now they're bringing that bike to the property. So it's going to be a lot of people getting and needing to get a lot of support here. The jail support here in Minneapolis, St. Paul area for protesters is pretty big, and they should probably be able to not have to pay these fines themselves. Yep. And we had the 2 National Lawyers Guild that we witnessed being arrested. Those also were people who are legal observers who come to mostly every single protest and legally observe. They were specifically targeted for arrest. One of them in front of us on the street as he was just trying to leave. They told him back up. He was backing up, and then they came after him and ran after him and told him, "You're under arrest." Sort of threw him on the ground. And then an NLG observer was also arrested with him. They've been taken downtown. Again, most of the people will probably be charged with a misdemeanor unlawful assembly. This revolved around Derek Chauvin being released from prison today. He was in Oak Park Heights prison, which is a maximum security prison, and he was released today on the no cash bail. It looks like they're allowing these youth to leave. It looks like 3 youth are able to leave right now without handcuffs, and they probably got a citation or a ticket, which they might have to worry about later in a juvenile court or another such thing. And they have a ride waiting for them. So some of the more vehicles that we saw driving around were people's friends. A lot of people got nabbed up and arrested, and some people were able to get out. And a lot of the times what we saw was their friends were coming around trying to show them support and give them solidarity. But again, check out our website, unicornriot.ninja, for more information from Chauvin being released. There was at least a couple arrests downtown earlier today. One person was arrested at the government center, around the government center area. Another person was arrested for disorderly conduct. So those 2 plus these, possibly up to 40 arrests today. Here's officers from the DNR that are going to be leaving in these specific Metro Transit minibuses, and it looks like there's numerous ones out here. You out here? Chris June out here. Check out his picture, Chris June. Able Press. Yes.
I'm going to be working on that in the next couple weeks.
Check it. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Ablepress.com.
Ablepress.net.
.net.
.com was taken.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah, Chris is a mainstay out here, documenting a lot of the protests that happen. So as we see, there's numerous of the officers that are going to be leaving. There's that state patrol car. We'll watch them leave, and then we'll take the stream down after they go.
In addition to like the 7 other, there's 8, 9.
Okay, cool. DNR2 written on this one. I didn't read the other ones. Shoot. So how many did you count?
That's 12. So far.
12 minibuses at least. A lot of these Suburbans. Here's another 2 minibuses. State Trooper.
More than a dozen.
3 minibuses. This one says MSP1. MSP1. Again, that's Minnesota State Patrol. DNR1. Some more Suburbans. Another minibus. So, if you want to know more information about Derek Chauvin being released from Oak Park Heights, which is the maximum security prison, today, go to our website, unicornriot.ninja. We have an article about that. And continue to follow our work. We have a 5-episode series coming up on the George Floyd uprising. We have a mother's doc that we're working on. We have a lot of different investigations that are popping out. We have some coverage from Denver. We have upcoming coverage of trials here from arson cases. And so continue to follow our work. We're continuing to put out more media. Unicornriot.ninja. Check us out on Twitter, UR_ninja, and Instagram, unicorn.riot, Facebook, Vimeo, and YouTube. Again, thank you all for joining. This is Nico. George is on the camera. Thank you, Chris, for the back end. Earlier, we had Jen in the streets also giving tweet threads. So check out our Twitter, check out our website. If you have the financial capacity and you like our work, continue to support us. You are unicornriot.ninja/donate. Thank you all. Peace.